Thank y'all for listening to the Josh Terry podcast. I want to thank every one of the sponsors, but there's one in particular. Mr. Seth Bazemore comes out to every one of the shows and sets up a table for Down Yonder Hat Co. He gives hats to each and every one of the people that play the show, and he's just an overall good dude that is with us all the time, and I've got to watch his business grow, and I'm glad that I've been a part of it. So, Seth, I know I messed up the other night when I was supposed to make this announcement on stage, but let's be honest, me doing it sober is probably a whole lot better, and I hope it means a whole lot more to you. So, happy birthday, brother. I love you very much. And folks, I'm telling you, as long as I'm doing a show in Nashville, Tennessee at Live Oak, Down Yonder Hat Co. will be there with us. So thank you for being a sponsor, brother. Hope y'all are enjoying the show. This is the last round of the night. And thank y'all for making it to where we could do this once a month for the past year. We plan on doing it for a whole lot longer. But it's only because of you guys listening and loving the Riders rounds that we put on that we're able to do this. So enjoy this last round, and thank each and every one of y'all again from the bottom of my heart for the 1 year celebration of the Josh Terry podcast and the Raisin rounds at Live Oak in Nashville, Tennessee. And I ain't going to forget y'all either. Hasten, Dave, Nick, Ben, everybody that's helped us with sound, Miss Brittany, all the bartenders. I love each and every one of y'all. Thank you so much.
Hey, look here. I'm just going to say this. I've been drinking since 4 o'clock, so if you're a Democrat, you got like 4 minutes to get the fuck out of here. I mean that with love. But if you're a Democrat or easily offended, now's the time to go take a shit. I'm just saying. Y'all ready? 3 people, and I bust them in. I said, are y'all ready? Ladies and gentlemen, the lovely and talented best man tits in Nashville, Tennessee, Josh Terry. Give it a second best man tits. Sorry, I cut myself short.
If you'd have heard the first show we did up here, I swear to you, I didn't think my fat ass was coming back. So the fact that we've had people, like the folks on stage, and everybody's been here all night to support us, I greatly appreciate it. So I want to introduce to y'all Mr. Jason Michael Carroll. Woo! Hi. Mr. Bobby Pinson.
You damn right.
Mr. Chad Prather.
Thank you, baby.
I knew I was going to screw that name up. Y'all, please, one more time, give them a round of applause. And y'all listen to the damn songs. When people write good country songs, you ought to listen to it. You can't be talking all the damn time. So I hope y'all enjoy this right here. You can have whatever you want, Bobby. I will go get you one right now.
I'll take a scales.
All right, I guess I'll kick this thing off on this side. Yeah.
I wish you would.
Yeah,
deep boy.
let's do this shit.
Use that deep.
So I wrote this song with a friend of mine not long ago, guys. I'm the sober end of the stage up here. I've been sober for a year now. Just finished a year mark, and
I'm the drunk middle.
and that's where I like you, because that's why I'm putting my leg out here so you can touch it. But
all right.
I was in my AA meeting, I guess, one time, and this fella said something that he said every time he tried to go out and do something to mess up his sobriety, he said, man, there goes God again. And when he said that hit me like a ton of bricks, and I said, man, that's a song title. And then I went home and I wrote it with a friend of mine about 2 weeks ago. Little Skinny, where are you at? Where's Skinny? Skinny.
That's a great title.
We're going to play a song that I wrote with Little Skinny about 2 weeks ago. Here's a song called There Goes God Again.
Hey, Little Skinny. It's a great title.
A young man in a two-tone Chevy took that curve too fast. Not sure the breath he took before the crash would be his last. Wrapped that truck around a tree and walked away without a scratch. There goes God again. There goes God again.
Love your spirit.
A mama crying late at night, tears streaming down her face. Her little boy comes in the room, says, Mama, everything's okay. Sits by her side, says, I'm right here, you don't have to be afraid. There goes God again. There goes God again. There goes God again. When we've got no one else, He's there to fix the mess we made when we do things ourselves. You think by now we learned how good a friend He's been. Every time we think we find there's no way out, and then there goes God again. Sitting in an empty house and feeling so alone. Thinking that nobody cares and they'd be better if he's gone. Right then his cell phone rings and it's his daughter on the phone. There goes God again. There goes God again. There goes God again. When we got no one else, he's there to fix the mess we made when we do things ourselves. You think by now we learned how good a friend he's been. Every time we think we find there's no way out, and then there goes God again. Every time we think we find there's no way out, and then there goes God again. There goes God again.
Come on.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Skinny.
That's really good. That's good. Jason Michael Keller, but I love this fucker. I mean, if I was as pretty as him and he had a feather's britches, we'd both be tickled to
I'm
death.
tickled now, sir.
I'm just telling you.
You want me
Feathers
to go ahead and bring it
underrated.
back to you?
Yeah, whatever you want to do, baby.
They came here to see
Jason
you.
Michael Carroll, everybody.
Chad
I got
Prather,
all his cassettes.
Bobby said to me yesterday, he said, you going to come do this? I said, man, I hadn't had a voice in 2 weeks because of allergies and travel and all that stuff.
I haven't had a voice for 20 years. It ain't stopped me, buddy.
So I started trying to think. I was like, what are the songs I can sing that you actually talk? And I said, well, we're going to piss some people off tonight. I write jokes for a living, and sometimes I get to set them to music. And so I was thinking about this song. This is an Irish pub song I wrote about 4 or 5 years ago. I love going to Ireland because you can get hammered drunk at 7 a.m. It's like being in the airport, you know. Nobody judges you. And this was right about the time the Me Too movement kind of ended because they gave the Woman of the Year to Bruce Jenner. And I thought that was interesting. I went to a couple of Me Too rallies, and they were mad at me, and they were mad at my penis.
Hashtag me too.
And they'd never met either one of them, and I don't have an aggressive penis, so standard issue, mediocre Caucasian.
I've been accused of that, though.
I got an aggressive torso.
I've learned with the right mix of pharmaceuticals it still works. In fact, my nightly protocol is take a Viagra and a roofie, see which one kicks in first. I might pass out, but I won't roll off the bed. So I wrote this drunken shit in a whiskey bar in Ireland. I think they call them a pub, and it goes like this. There's 27,000 genders, and I don't know how to pick one. Is that boy my daughter? Is she really just my son? Well, you might as well just surrender. The world, it's come undone. Go and see your doctor. You can be anyone. If Caitlyn Jenner goes missing, we'll pull out that carafe and put her manly picture on a bottle of half and half. And if you're kissing on a woman and you go hands down and find an Irish sausage, she's a man in an evening gown. There's 27,000 genders and I don't know how to pick one. Is that boy my daughter? Is she really just my son? Well, you might as well just surrender. The world, it's come undone. Go and see your doctor. You can be anyone. Yeah. Have a pint. Find a tall lass. Don't let your heart be fooled. If there's shamrocks on her fine ass, she's a fella that's been untooled. There's 27,000 genders and I don't know how to pick one. Is that boy my daughter? Is she really just my son? Well, I might as well just surrender. The world, it's come undone. Go and see your doctor. You can be anyone. Yeah, go and see your doctor. RuPaul is a man.
I don't rhyme.
Did you say untooled? I love that.
Untooled. Jason Carroll's like, what'd I get myself into?
I know this is going to sound hard to believe, but last night I got really drunk. And y'all were there, you know. And I decided having Chad up here to play with me tonight was going to be a good idea. That's how drunk I was. So that apology, usually I'm apologizing for myself, and I mean some of that, but I really apologizing for Chad tonight. And
I love everybody.
I took the credit for getting him up here, but the truth is now I'm taking the blame. Chad Prather, everybody. Y'all see him on Blaze TV. Y'all know who it is.
There you go.
We're lucky to have him. I'm telling you, it break things up around here. I'm Bobby Pinson. I've been drinking in this town a long time, so if you just got here, let's drink. If you've been here before, you know better than to drink with me, but I've been writing songs a long time. I've written a lot of really good songs and written a lot of shitty songs, and this is not one of my really good songs. I've written a lot of really good songs with Toby Keith and this one. And he called me up. I was trying to have a record deal and trying to be famous, and I have the record for like the world's shortest artist career of all time, except for maybe Jason Michael Carroll. That's why they put us up here together. Should have put Trent Tomlinson up here with us. Shit. Anyway, I got a call from Toby Keith. He's like, man, I really like how you write country music. Would you come write some songs with me? And I was struggling trying to do it on my own, and I realized I could just go write for everybody else that was already famous and eat all the carbohydrates I want to and let them deal with the bullshit. That's a terrible idea. I'll go first. And he called me, and I went. We wrote one song. It went number one. I'm like, you got to be shitting me. And we wrote another song. It went number one. I've been struggling in the top 50 on my own shit, and I'm like, it's a good gig if you can get it. He called me up a third time. I'm like, he called me twice. We wrote two songs. They won't be no number one. He called me that third time. I was excited. I went up to his big-ass house in Oklahoma. He showed up in this little-ass black T-shirt looking all sexy. It's before he got cancer. He ain't that sexy now. But anyway, I said, too soon?
God bless.
You just did a song about a transvestite. I can talk about cancer.
You're talking about cancer. I was just cutting dicks off.
Anyway.
Shit.
He said, for tomorrow, BP, be thinking about she's a hottie. I was like, shit, I don't even think about that tonight. It's a terrible idea for a song. But he bigger than me, stronger than me, tougher than me, richer than me, his house, blah, blah, blah. Kind of like you, except for, you know, with a career. And he's like, let's go get us a little nap and drink us some whiskey and come up and write this. So I went up the biggest set of stairs I ever been up. Nobody said nothing about stairs, and fat people don't like stairs, but he's rich and bigger and his house. So I went, drank some whiskey, took a nap, woke up the next morning, drank some more whiskey, walked down them same big-ass flight of stairs, and I said, down by the river where the water gets wide, think about swimming to the other side. Got a Marlboro Red, cold can of Bud, toe swished down in the Arkansas mud. Hey, mister, I kissed her. Son, you ought to see your sister. Ought to give a little something to a cold dog cat. Finding him a woman that could walk it like that. Hottie, hottie, got a smoking little body. String bikini and a barbed wire tie. She rocking that cowboy hat. Hottie, hottie, just a little bit naughty. Tie, diggy, diggy, die, diggy, diggy. Hey, 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 yeah. She's a hottie. Well, this little song rocked along about like I thought it would. It dominated the mid-'60s on the Billboard chart for like a summer, like gonna be in the mid-'60s all week, like a good weather report for Florida, you know. And then all of a sudden it caught a little gust of wind and went to the 50s. Then it went to the 40s. Then it went to like 35. Then it went to like top 30. I'm like, really? Then it went to top 25. I'm like, you gotta be shitting me. Then it went top 20. Then this little stupid ass song went top 15. I said, that Toby Keith is a damn genius. Then it broke into the top 10. I said, that Bobby Pinson is a damn genius. Then it died like it had a motorhome tied to its foot. I don't know what that means. I guess it didn't go anywhere after that, is what I'm saying. And I called up my friend at radio. I said, hey, friend at radio, he's easy to know because I only had one. They're all dicks. And I said, you're not a dick, but you quit playing my song. Now you're a dick. Why'd you quit playing my song? I'm not sure we're supposed to say dick. But anyway, we already said transvestite. I said, why'd you quit playing my song? He said, BP, I love you. You know I love you. I played everything you ever wrote. I've had every song on the radio you've ever been any part of. But I can't play that song because it's just polarizing. I said, polarizing? What the hell does that mean? It's like a $10 word from a $2 mouth, you know? I said, what's that mean? Just see if he knew. He's like, you know, polarizing. For everybody that loves that song, I got 10 people calling my station every day asking me to never play it again. I said, yeah, well, what do they look like? He said, let's just say you and Tobe got some pretty... big fans out there that feel a little left out by a song called She's a Hottie. I'm like, well, Dick, if I'd have wrote She's a Fatty, would you put that back in rotation? He's like, it probably won't be a hit, but if you'll write She's a Fatty for me, I'll put She's a Hottie back in rotation right now. I said, well, don't tempt me with a good time, by God. At the Piggly Wiggly where the aisle gets wide, got her eye on some waffles and some french fries, dilly-do chicken and a jelly roll, a dozen donuts and a Diet Coke. Fatty, fatty, gnawing on a sausage patty, string bikini and a barbed wire tie. Somebody wrap a towel around that. Fatty, fatty, just a little lady. Tie-ya diggy, tie-ya diggy, diggy, hey, 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 hey. She's a fatty, but to the right somebody. She's a hottie. Yeah. I just did that because I figured if you were queer, he just pissed you off. So if you're fat, you can be mad with him. And look, I'm fat, so if that offended you, you know, get over it. I don't know, you're the one eating it. Shit ain't eating itself. Come on, we'll hug it out. That'll be a sweaty son of a bitch. Right, go ahead.
My face hurts.
I try to get fired at every one of these so I ain't got to come out here and play for free at 11 o'clock. Thanks, Jai.
My goodness.
Play that one about suicide. Come on.
Here it comes. My job when I was 7 years old, my dad found Jesus. And he quit drinking, smoking, cussing, cold turkey. The only thing he couldn't quit was his temper. My God.
None for me, 2 to go.
I saw you. And the only thing he couldn't quit was his temper. So from 7 to 13, my job was taking my brother and my sister to the living room and sitting on the couch with them. And my mom would steer the fight away from us. And so my dad, when we were 13 years old, I got up off the couch and my brother grabbed my wrist and said, Jason, don't do it. I said, I got to. And I walked into the kitchen. My mom was up against the fridge. And I said, Daddy, put her down. You ain't going to touch her again. And when I did, he looked at me and he put her down. But I remember watching her feet hit the floor. And my daddy said, what'd you say to me? And I probably won't no bigger than this mic stand. And he came rushing to me. He was in 1973, my dad was the most valuable player in the Marine Corps. And he came rushing to me with perfect football form and wrapped me up. And we went into my bedroom. He slammed me on the bed. And when we did, we went through the bed, a 4x4 post bed with 2x6 rails on the side. And 1x4 holding up a piece of plywood and mattress on top of that. And when we went through the mattress, it hurt like hell, but I was a big WWF fan, so it was kind of cool too. And a few years later, I started this song right here. My little girl met a new friend just the other day on the playground at school, between the tires and the swings. But she came home with tear-filled eyes, and she said to me, Daddy, Alyssa lies. Well, I just busted off at first, 'cause I didn't know how much my little girl had been hurt, or the things she had seen. I wasn't ready when I said, you can tell me. And she said, Alyssa lies to the classroom Alyssa lies every day at school. Alyssa lies to the teachers as she tries to cover every bruise. My little girl laid her head down that night to go to sleep. As I stepped out the room, I heard her say a prayer so soft and sweet. God bless my mom and my dad and my new friend Alyssa. Oh, I know she needs you bad because Alyssa lies to the classroom. Alyssa lies every day at school. Alyssa lies to the teachers as she tries to cover every bruise. I had the worst night of sleep in years as I tried to think of ways to calm her fears. I knew exactly what I had to do, but when we got to school on Monday, I heard the news. My little girl asked me why everybody looked so sad. The lump in my throat grew bigger with every question that she asked, until I felt the tears roll down my face. And I told her that Alyssa wouldn't be at school today, 'cause she doesn't lie in the classroom. She doesn't lie anymore at school. Alyssa lies with Jesus because there's nothing that anyone would do. Tears fill my eyes when my little girl asked me why Alyssa lies. Oh, Daddy, tell me why. Alyssa lies.
I'm doing it right away. I'm on stage.
Yeah.
I'm on stage. I got to
Jason Michael Carroll, everybody.
Y'all tell Lee Bryce hello. He's trying to.
Hey, Lee Bryce.
Hey, Lee
He's
Bryce.
trying to steal one of my songs. I got to call you back.
Tell him I wrote him one called Alyssa Lies.
I love that song.
I got to follow that. No voice, and I'm up here telling jokes.
That's right.
And,
Do another one of them gay ones.
And I'll do another gay song.
I like it.
I was perfectly fine. I looked down and saw my girlfriend crying. Her lip was poked
Hey,
out, and I was like,
I've looked down 4 times and saw your girlfriend. I'm ready to see somebody else's
I
girlfriend.
saw her lip
Can we
poked
get
out.
another hot chick in a cool hat with a camera to come take our place? I'm tired. I feel like I'm cheating on myself up here.
Oh my God. I'm sitting here trying to think of something to do. Let's see what I can do. I haven't been home. I've been in a motel every night but 2 for the last 2 months. I've been in a motel. And I don't always stay in the best motels because you try to save money. And I was in one so bad last week that I called down to the front desk. I said, I got a leak in the sink. And he said, go ahead.
It ain't the best Western.
No.
It's just the Western.
No. The cockroaches had ants. Then, let's see if I can do it. I'm trying to think of songs I can kind of talk through because I can't sing. I don't have a voice. That Motel 6 with its neon sign, seen more things than the stars at night. Lots of loving, lots of yes, no, maybes, empty beer cans and making babies, few I love yous and some broken hearts. A lot of wild secrets told there in the dark. A huge upgrade from the trailer park. It ain't fancy, but it's ours at the Motel 6. Do-do-do, Motel 6. There's a vacant sign by the 7-Eleven. Sweet little piece of a redneck heaven at the Motel 6. Do-do-do, Motel 6. There's a squeaky bed full of filthy creatures. I can't remember the rest of it.
Hey, forgetting your words is forgetting your words, whether you singing them fuckers or not.
I know. I want to do it though. Do. Anyway, I was sitting there talking about what we were talking about last night. We were talking about living on the road, and you were talking about writing songs for Toby Keith, doing it, just being on the bus and doing all that kind of stuff. And I was like, man, I don't know. So I was sitting there thinking, what I should do is try to come up with a serious song, cause he sang that song. It made me cry because I'm a dad. I got 4 kids. They're really good kids, and they're good kids because I taught them values and I beat their ass.
Yep.
And so I wrote a song about that. We'll come back to the Motel 6 song. I'll think about it in a minute.
Do we have to?
CJ and I wrote that song. We put it on a record back in 2020. I think it's the last time I sang that song. But I wrote this song for Johnny Cash, and he was dead by the time I got it to him.
Roseanne.
But it's about my kids, and it goes like this. You can probably hear some Johnny in this, too. Down aisle 7 at the Walmart, some kids were giving mama fits. Screams echoed through the parking lot. It's a sound I can't forget. Yelling and crying over Captain Crunch. It was a riot, to be precise. Like hell broke loose in the Brady Bunch. So I offered up my daddy's advice. You gotta beat their ass. Spank their butt. Don't let those kids grow on up to be junkies, punks or sluts. Beat their ass. Whip their tail. The timeout is for losers. Keep your kids out of jail and beat their ass. How many of y'all ever had your ass beat?
Yeah.
That ain't enough of you. Quite honestly, I'm hoping to get a little spanking tonight.
All right.
But my kids, they're pretty good, and I'd put them up against you all. And I don't have to worry if they're selling drugs at the mall. They don't drive drunk, they don't cause fights, they don't touch my thermostat. They're not out having sex tonight, and they'll never vote Democrat because I beat their ass. I spank their butt. Don't let my kids grow on up to be junkies, punks, or sluts. I beat their ass, and I whip their tail. Timeout, it's for losers. Keep your kids out of jail and beat their ass. Timeout doesn't work anyway. Gives them 10 minutes to strategize about the next round of shit they're gonna do to you. So listen to me, mama. I ain't trying to be mean. But let's avoid the drama and keep those youngins from making a scene. Don't raise your kids for an electric chair when you can beat their ass instead. Raise them with a belt and prayer like my daddy said. Beat their ass. Spank their butt. Don't let those kids grow on up to be junkies, punks, or sluts. Beat their ass and whip their tail. Timeout is for losers. Keep your kids' souls out of hell.
Yeah. That's a good song. That really is a good song. Chad Prather, everybody.
Beat their ass.
Huh. Hey, hey, hey. Half your life you struggle, half your life you fly, half your life making trouble, half your life making it right. One day I'm the exception. Most days I'm just like most. But one day I'm headed in the right direction. Tonight I ain't even close. Sing it now. A little steady but still a little bit rolling stone. I'm a little bit heaven, but still a little flesh and bone. Little found, little don't know where I am. I'm a little bit holy water, still a little burning man. Burning man. Come on now. I always love that highway. I just don't run it as fast. Still go where the wind blows me, but I always find my way back. Still don't get it right sometimes. I just don't get it as wrong. Still lay out in the night sometimes. I just don't stay out as long. Come on. Little steady, but still a little bit rolling stone. I'm a little bit heaven, but still a little flesh and bone. Little found, little don't know where I am. I'm a little bit holy water, still a little burning man. Burning man. Y'all give it up for my band now. The Dad Boys. Da-da-da, 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 da-da-da-da-da. Da 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 da. Did it did it did it do. Da 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 da. Need a nap.
Yeah.
I'm just a burning man, just a burning man. Y'all sing it if you know it. Hell, sing it if you don't know it. It's burning. I'm just a burning man, a burning man. Y'all know. Maybe we'll go to the desert, find ourselves in the Joshua tree. If we pass in the night, won't you hand me a light and tell me you burn just like me? Little steady, but still a little bit rolling stone. I'm a little bit heaven, but still a little flesh and bone. Little found, little don't know where I am. A little bit holy water, still a little burning man. I'm just a burning man, just a burning man. Come on now. I'm just a burning man, just a burning man. Woo. Thank you. Yeah. Little Dirk Bentley right there.
Mr. Bobby Pinson, y'all.
Little song I wrote about peeing.
It ain't herpes.
Shit ain't funny.
It ain't herpes if it's everywhere.
It ain't herpes, it's herpes. It's not her pee, it's my pee.
So, I think I'm going to continue the story here. I write a lot of sad shit, man.
Play that Alyssa Lies again. That killed him.
Literally.
Yeah, it killed her.
So I didn't, I told the story about my daddy earlier, and I didn't really want much to do with him after all that. I knocked him out when I was 21. I got home from the Marine Corps. We had a fight, and I knocked him out. Thought I killed him. I didn't speak to him for a long time, but my dad had his demons, y'all. He wasn't a bad person. He just couldn't get over some of his stuff. My dad took my kids to Chuck E. Cheese, for God's sakes, and I hate that place. So my dad passed away 7 years ago, and on my mantle at home, we got a folded flag and a shadow box with a picture of him beside it. And I got this idea for a song called Argue with the Walls when I was drinking a bottle of Crown a night and yelling at it. And it won't go do no good to argue with the walls anymore. And I called a friend of mine in Nashville here, James Kelly. He's not here tonight, but and James and I wrote it, and we decided to make it about a relationship instead of about me and my dad. But now you know where I got the idea from. Here's a song called Argue with the Walls. Walking through the halls of our old home, probably best not to be alone. Probably shouldn't have stayed till that last call, 'cause now I'm in the mood to talk. But there's no use talking to these frames of our good times, 'cause the problem with a picture is it only tells one side. Didn't we look so happy, don't we? Don't she? I thought we were. I was wrong all along, and now that she's gone, I think I finally see her. Even though no matter what I say, she'll still be right. Yeah, I've had enough drinks, and it feels like it's a good damn night to argue with the walls. I know that I could have listened more than everything that she was waiting for. Never knew we were headed for the storm till she walked out the door. I could stand here yelling at reflections all night long, but I know the only voices that I hear are gonna be my own. Didn't we look so happy, don't we, don't she? I thought we were. I was wrong all along, and now that she's gone, I think I finally see her. Even though no matter what I say, she'll still be right. Yeah, I've had enough drinks, and it feels like it's a good damn night to argue with the walls.
Yeah, baby.
I guess picture perfect isn't always what it seems. If I'd have seen that, then maybe she'd be here with me. But didn't we look so happy, don't we, don't she? I thought we were. I was wrong all along, and now that she's gone, I think I finally see her. Even though no matter what I say, she'll still be right. Yeah, I've had enough drinks, and it feels like it's a good damn night to argue with the walls. To argue with the walls. To argue with the walls.
Bragger.
Yeah.
That's good.
All right. Jason Michael Carroll, everybody.
Hey, and Bobby Pence is singing harmony with me. Holy
I was putting
shit.
the harm and the moan in the harmonies. I wish my wife could hold her breath that long. That was a big note, buddy. This shit ain't funny. I like you, Bucky's t-shirt. I like you, Bucky's t-shirt, man. I really do. What are you doing later? Will you marry me?
What are y'all talking about?
What do you say? She got higher standards than that. What could possibly go right? Oh, you know where we're going for our honeymoon. Gonna get a sausage wrap tortilla at Bucky's, baby.
Where's our sound guy? Is he around?
Josh, you have the hottest crowd of any crowd I've ever played for before. I'd like to take credit for this. I have nothing to do with it. You have some of the hottest friends I've ever met. Like, I don't really even like you. I'm just here for your friends. Thanks for having me. Go ahead, Chad.
Yeah, I don't know if I can.
I'm having an opinion for the first time ever.
I'm so doped up on Sudafed, I don't know where I am, dude.
Studafed.
Yeah, there's a reason why they used to, they call this the Valley of Death right here, because Indians would come through here and they always knew they were going to get sick. They come down in this bowl, which is Nashville, and the allergies sit down here. And I wish when I got that nasally stuff, I could go like Jason Michael does.
Yeah.
That's when I use it.
That was good, man. This is not going to be good, but
But you're good at it.
well, I just wrote this song. This was a little more serious, but I
can't wait to hear a Chad Prather serious song.
I don't know. This is my attempt at a protest song. How about that? Well, I think I speak for everyone when I say we need a break from where we've been. Been fed a lot of lies and fear. Still reeling from taking the last few years on the chin. We're exactly where the devil wants us to be. Far away from God, everything that makes us feel complete. Watered down like this whiskey in my glass. Watered down like the facts the newsman has. If the truth is what we breathe, we'd all drown. Our souls are weak like the country songs on the radio right now. Watered down. We're woke, but we're still sleeping. Traded freedom for a feeling that we got burned. When will we learn? Our dollar used to be money. Country music used to be country. And the God's honest truth is exactly how it sounds. The whole damn world right now is watered down. Like the history taught in class, watered down. Like women's rights they fought to have. If the truth is what we breathe, we'd all drown. Our hearts are like the country songs on the radio right now. Watered down. Watered down. There's just one way to turn this world around. Trade our silence in for a battle cry. Leave evil barely breathing on the ground. Watered down. Let's leave this world a little less watered down.
That's good. I'll tell you what ain't watered down is
With that whiskey.
this little jewel by that hot-ass bartender.
Getting there.
I'm telling you, this is not watered down. 3 of these little jewels, you're meeting people. Hi, I'm Bobby. What do you do? Well, we're only supposed to get 3 songs apiece, but they've had my big fat drunk ass up here since about 8 o'clock. And I didn't get to go on until about 11, so I'm just going to play till I don't want to anymore. And if y'all don't want to be here, leave. I'm just going to keep going.
I like it.
Hold
I
on,
work
before,
for y'all. I work for you, Mama.
before Bobby plays this, I asked Hasten, he said we can do this all night as long as y'all having a good time. Y'all having a good time? So, a quick little thing about Bobby right here. My papa passed away Christmas of 2021. The first song I heard the next trip I had to Nashville was called A Shave. If you've never heard The Shave by Bobby Pinson and you lost your granddaddy, your daddy, or whoever, I need you to hold the hell on a minute. So, Mr. Bobby, you might not wanted to play it, but I know you had me crying that night, and I love the damn song. So I would appreciate it if you do it for me.
I'll do it.
Thank you. Now I'll get my fat ass off stage.
I wish you would. We're trying to work.
My bad.
Give it up for Josh Terry, everybody. He does a lot that you don't see, but a whole lot that you hear all the time. And got one of the best podcasts in America, and it's worth a listen. And I just like him as a person. I don't really give a shit of what you do. I either like you or I don't. I like him. So that's why I'm here. I appreciate y'all coming, too.
Thanks, Bobby. Thanks, Bobby.
Josh is awesome. Chad sucks, but Josh is awesome. So, you know. I appreciate Chad coming, man. I've been drinking buddies with Chad for a long, long time, and I know this isn't his deal. He's stepping out of his wheelhouse to do this for you guys tonight, and I'm enjoying the shit out of it. So I love being up here with people I love, and to me, that's what keeps me in this town. It's not hits and fame and all that shit, all the famous people doing the stuff. It's just about meeting people you love and writing songs you love with people you love, and good to be up here with you guys. So I appreciate it. I ain't gonna lie to you, this song's gonna make you cry. So if you're like on a first date and this person's never seen you cry and you got a new shade of mascara on, you need to go take a shit right now because this song is gonna make you cry. It's a good time to go touch up your makeup before it all goes to shit. All right, I'm just fair warning. Apparently she's either she has to shit or she has to cry. I'm not sure, but either way, wish I could be there for it. Anyway, I got a call that you're all gonna get if you haven't already. My dad wasn't gonna be here next week, and we weren't sure what day this week he was gonna say goodbye, but I needed to get there for it, and so I took that ride down to Oklahoma. I grew up in Texas, but we had moved to Oklahoma, and he was going to die in Oklahoma in Tulsa. And I walk in, and I see my John Wayne, and he's laying flat back and can't say nothing, which is probably a blessing because you think I'm a smart ass. He meaner than I am, and that's hard to do. And he's this old West Texas football coach, you know, and just loved him. And we had a love-hate relationship. I loved the shit out of him, and he hated the hell out of me. And we made it work. But this was a sad day, and I walk in, and the man that always had the right thing to say couldn't say nothing. He had the defibrillator in, and the respirator, and the ventilator, all the haters. And I wish y'all would be quiet. This is a hard song to sing when you ain't talking.
Listen up.
And I said, "You all right?" And he kind of nodded, you know. And if you've ever had anybody tell you they love you without using words, it's about one of the most humbling things you can go through. And he's just looking at me, telling me he loves me with his eyes. And I'm watching my life flash before his eyes as he's sitting there. He keeps looking over there at that hospital tray. You know what I'm talking about. Y'all been to a hospital before where they always sit that good-ass cheesecake or banana pudding or whatever, and you hope whoever you're there visiting is like too sick to eat the shit. They're going to fall asleep in a minute and you can take it down. Anyway, yeah, that tray. So I said, "What are you doing, Dad?" And he kept looking, and there's this shaving kit sitting on this tray, and I realized Daddy don't want to meet Jesus with a beard. And I'm about to shave the man that taught me how to shave. And so I went over there, started shaving on him, you know. And Mama's like, "No, baby, his face. Sorry, you're going to need that. Anyway, that day split my life in half. It really did. It was all the days that happened before and all the days that will continue to happen after the shave. And I know this is probably not a song to play in a beer bar, but I'm probably not a guy to play here either, and we're going to do both right now. I appreciate y'all letting me honor my daddy this way. I always said I'd never do another show without playing this song, so Josh, thank you for asking.
Awesome.
Last chance to go shit. Can't put my finger on the day everything started to change, but I can still see my baby face in the bathroom mirror, just like yesterday, standing there halfway in between a boy and a man about 13. Barbara song and a Barbara song cream and a puddle in the sink. I still hear Daddy say, "Let's take our time, we ain't in no hurry. Just nice and slow, you don't get this day back." Said, "I'm right here, Dad, no need to worry." And he wiped my face with love and a warm wash rag. Said, "Look at that, it ain't a half bad shade." Well, fast forward a bunch of football games, a few truck wrecks, and a couple heartbreaks, and I'm standing there with my own son, old as my dad when I was that young, watching little boy disappear, smiling proud and fighting back tears like he did then when we were here. I heard me hear him say, "Let's take our time, we ain't in no hurry. Just nice and slow, you don't get this day back." Said, "I'm right here, son, no need to worry." And I wiped his face with love and a warm wash rag. Said, "Look at that, it ain't a half bad shade." Hey, Well, fast forward a bunch of towns and a wife, and most of the rest of my daddy's life in a hospital bed, wasting away. He looked at me and pointed to his face, and a razor sitting on a slide-out tray. I picked it up like yesterday. Last thing my daddy heard me say. Let's take our time. We ain't in no hurry. Just nice and slow. You don't get this day back. Said, I'm right here, Dad. No need to worry. And I wiped his face with love and a warm wash rag. Said, look at that. It ain't a half bad shade. You could hear a pin drop on this side right here, and I really appreciate that. That's the best thing you can do for me. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks, buddy. Thank you. We're just going to keep playing if that's cool. I ain't going to send you home on that sad son of a bitch. Play something about, sex, drugs, and rock and roll or something. Pick her up.
Yeah, why not? All right, so I'm going to pick you up real quick. My wife left back in August.
You want to impress them, pick me up. You want to impress me? Your wife left in August?
She left in August.
She's hot. Where is she?
She is hot, dude. She's back home. But she left in August, and she called me an alcoholic, and that's what got me started on this thing. And I said, I think you're full of shit, as I poured 3 fingers of Crown. And then I kind of, I quit drinking for 2 weeks, and I called her and said, hey, I quit drinking. You coming home? She said, no, you got things you need to work on. So I have those hue lights in the house, and I turned every light in the house to red, and I labeled the scene hell because I'm real theatrical that way. And I quit answering the phone for a month. I canceled gigs, and I didn't do anything. And a buddy of mine down in Texas, about a month later, when I finally started answering my phone, he answered the phone. You know folks from Texas, they're bred different. I'm from Houston originally. And so when he answered the phone, he said, did I piss you off? I said, no, sir. He said, Jason, tell you when I told him what happened, he said, why don't you come home? So I flew down to Texas, and I stayed there a week and a half, and every morning I'd get up, and I'd grab my guitar, and I'd go grab a cup of coffee, and I'd sit with my feet off the dock in his backyard in his pond. And I remember I sat there, and I was thinking, well, I ought to write a song and really stick it to her. She ain't coming home. I'm going to stick to what I know best, and that's what I wrote. When I finished the song, I came home. I called her. I said, hey, I wrote a song for you. She said, you did? I said, come over and listen to it. She came over to the house. She came over, and when I played it for her, I hit that last note. I looked at her and thought I really was sticking it to her, and she looked at me and goes, it's kind of a good song. I said, thanks. Well, anyways, here's a song called What I Know Best. Thought I could have been the one to keep you happy. Thought I could have been the one that kept you turned on. That wasn't the problem, by the way. Thought I could have been enough to keep you around. Well, I reckon who I am is why you're gone. 'Cause I know how to be the life of the party. And I know how to drink with all my friends. Who I was what you love. Now you say it's why you live. So I guess I'll just stick to what I know best. Well, I guess I thought we'd always be together. And we were to step into the same tune. I thought we were on our way to forever. But before I knew, you went and changed the rules. 'Cause I know how to be the life of the party. And I know how to drink with all my friends. Who I was what you love. Now you say it's why you live. So I guess I'll just stick to what I know best. Oh, oh. I want y'all to imagine a way better guitar solo than I'm going to play for you tonight. I'm hiring Bobby's band.
The Dad Bods.
Cause I know how to be the life of the party. And I know how to drink with all my friends. Who I was what you love. Now you say it's why you live. So I guess I'll just stick to while I'm getting over you. Well, I guess I'll just stick to what I know best.
Yeah,
Thank you.
that's good shit. Jason Michael Carroll.
Piss
get it-
somebody else off.
I get to tell jokes for a living and travel all around the country doing that. And sometimes, like I said earlier, I get to put those jokes, the punchlines, to music. And I grew up in Augusta, Georgia. I grew up with another songwriter, well, a couple of songwriters in this town, playing baseball with Ben Hayslip and old Ben Stennis. His mom and daddy still live on the same property where my mama lives. And growing up in Augusta, Georgia, down in the woods where we were at, we were white trash. We didn't know it, but looking back, we were white trash. And I realized how much. I was like, I got a cousin that got arrested for selling chicken salad sandwiches at a cockfight. Didn't have a food permit. She sold pimento cheese and chicken salad. Chicken salad was always more fresh, and she called it the loser special. My Aunt Shirley, she was a snake lady at the discotheque for 45 years. I don't know if you've ever seen a stripper with gout, but she was missing her arm on the left side. She just turned 83. She got that stainless steel hook and claw, and she'd walk out to Def Leppard's Pour Some Sugar on Me. You asked me how I know, because it was open on Thanksgiving and Christmas, and they'd send me and my cousins down with a covered plate. And she'd work the holidays so the young girls could have the day off. And
Merry Christmas.
we'd always try to peek through the curtains, you know, and it was like looking at that Star Wars bar, that doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. And one day we got caught. This girl pulled the curtain back. She said, "You want to dance, big boy?" I was like, "No, Chewbacca." She said, "Are you gay or something?" I said, "I'm getting there." And it wasn't a folding money kind of place. It was them old men would come in with them paper rolls of quarters and just break them on the cocktail table, and she'd hook that stainless steel hook and claw like a channel lock plier on that pole and kick that swollen foot out there and go spinning around. They'd throw them quarters up. She'd swing into them. It kind of sounded like a sprinkler going off in the morning. Pop, 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 you know. She had bruises on her body and icy hot patch on her back. And so I wrote this song about Aunt Shirley. I don't know. I was thinking about my cousins, actually. I'm not going to sing the whole thing. I'm going to give you a piece of it. You'll get the gist of it. But shit, I'll give y'all a little medley here. I said, no, no, no. We ain't bumping cousins. I said, no, no, no. We ain't bumping cousins. We're redneck as hell, taking shots by the dozen. We're sexy, we're banging, but we ain't bumping cousins. Why go across the street when you can go across the hall?
That's in a.
You got to see if they're paying attention on that one right there. But that was my love life starting out. And then I met a girl from Oklahoma. I don't know if anybody here is from Oklahoma, but Bobby's from Oklahoma. Well, sort of, you're from Texas by way of Oklahoma.
Yeah, but I bet I know the girl you're talking about.
We'll see if they're paying attention here. I wrote this song a couple years ago about an ex-girlfriend. I met a girl from Oklahoma, she's a real sight to see. I knew I had to have her, but would she fall for me? She had long legs, big blue eyes, prettiest thing, but there was a surprise. Out of my league like a fine Chablis, she came around way too easily. 'Cause she was Tulsa, spelled backwards. A-S-L-U-T. Plowed more times than a tractor in everybody's backseat. She was Tulsa, spelled backwards. That's slut, a slut, okay? I don't know if y'all are hooked on phonics at this point in time. Or...
Oh, my God.
This is a song about my ex-wife. She's from Alabama. I met her in Nigeria. That's a true story, in 1995. Went all the way to West Africa to meet a white girl from Alabama. I knew back in high school I'd make her my wife. Spent all those years in a pure virgin life. Waited so long for the day to arrive. On our wedding night I got a surprise. She had a third nipple. It was something to see. It was right in the middle, staring back at me. It was itty bitty little, like a tiny sweet pea. The other two were artificial, an extra mammary. She had a third nipple, didn't know how I'd feel. 'Cause when we made love, I was like a fourth wheel. What do you do when she gets aroused? I made good use of two hands and one mouth. She had a third nipple. Hell, leave it go right there.
That's good.
It was sort of like a threesome, foursome, I don't know.
Well, they just gave us the high sign, so we're going to play one more song here and go drink with you, but... Well, I'm torn between what to do now. I got this song I love playing. It's
Do a medley.
All right, I'll do a medley. I was going to play a song that we just had that was nominated for a Grammy, but Tanya Tucker beat us, so y'all don't need to hear that. Grammy's fancy word for Tanya Tucker going to whip your ass. All right, here's a song about shit in my pants. At least it's not about a third nipple.
Hey, and if anybody's got a third nipple, I want to see it. I don't care if you're 107 years old and got to pull your skirt up and show me the tips of the nipples at the knees. I want to look at them, okay?
All right, well, years ago I was out there peddling Don't Ask Me How I Know, and I didn't play that tonight, did I? I was out peddling Don't Ask Me How I Know and ran into this group called Sugarland. Y'all remember Sugarland? Jennifer Nettles come up to me. She's like, Bobby Pinson, I sure love how you write country songs. I said, well, that's a coincidence, Jen, because I sure love, your ass. That's not true. She didn't say she liked how I wrote country songs. But she must have, because we wrote a shit ton of them. And I didn't know how to feel about it, It was a little bit like putting perfume on a pig, not to call them a pig while they ain't here, but it's all perfume here, baby, obviously. She's like, come out and write. So I did, and they've been great to me over the years. We wrote a song. Y'all remember these. We're going back in time here. We wrote, hey, I was already gone. No, we wrote, all I want to do. Yeah, that lyrical genius right there. All me, baby. Just in case you were wondering.
It rhymes.
And we wrote, I was already gone. Already gone. Which I love that song. It's probably my favorite song I wrote with them. And I wrote a song, another little lyrical genius piece called Shit Happens. Again, obviously. All me. And then we wrote our first number one together called, y'all remember that song, I Don't Want To, If You Don't Want To? Y'all remember that a long time ago. Well, I'd play that for you, but I don't want to. And the problem is, like when we do this, like y'all are in on the joke, right? Y'all see what we're doing. We're songwriters playing our versions of some famous people's shit, right? That's what we're doing. Y'all get it. But if you just walk up on it and you don't know what's going on, you see, me up there singing, you're like, what's the deal, And it all come to a head one night. I was headlining a gig at the Bass Pro Shop. True story. Harder to get than you think. Shit ain't funny, lady. Anyway, and they set me up in front of the big aquarium. Y'all been to the Bass Pro Shop. You know what I'm talking about. And don't get me wrong, there was thousands of people that missed it. And there was like 12 of us having a good time. And this little kid wasn't having it. He's like 6.5 or so, maybe 7. And he's like yanking on his mama's shirt, and I can see him out of the corner of my ear while I'm singing, And he's like, Mama, I can't see the big catfish for the fat guy singing Sugarland, Shit ain't funny. Anyway, what do? So I stopped, and I scooted over, punched that little shit in the face. Not true. I didn't scoot over. But anyway, I realized at that moment, I love singing songs. I love making people laugh. I love making people happy. I love writing songs. But I'm supposed to be a songwriter. God's got me where he wants me. And I'm never going to have a voice as big as Jennifer Nettles. And she's never going to have tits as big as mine. It just is what it is, You got to work with what you got. So I went back and I revisited some of these songs. And, just so that y'all would know that Bobby By God Pinson was a part of it, for those of y'all that didn't. Thanks for nothing. But anyway, so I've been watching y'all for about 45 minutes, and I'm pretty sure I'm not supposed to play this song. My wife, bless her heart, I apologize to all you chubby chasers in advance, but I'm took by literally the hottest blind person that can't smell. Bad judgment, terrible case of character, what are you doing forever? Anyway, she's like, baby, not everybody has your sense of humor. You need to kind of gauge the crowd a little bit, and make sure it's okay to play this song like I need permission. But anyway, I'm pretty sure it's not okay to play this song. Which is exactly why I'm going to play it, Josh Terry. Y'all ready?
You better play it.
I had me a Big Mac and some French fries and a Coke. I should have known better than to eat fast food out on the road. Barely got to rolling, hadn't really gotten all that far. Barely got to rumbling, cooped up in that compact car. That grease hit me quickly, started feeling sickly. I had to do everybody. I had to do so I told her pull over off that interstate. I couldn't hold her, said, well, you'll have to wait 30 miles to a truck stop. It was 20 miles too far by the time we finally pulled off. Everybody, I'd already gone. Already gone. I'd already gone. I filled up my britches before I could find me a John. Hey. I'd already gone. 1, 2, 6, 8. I thought I could shake it, boy. Was I mistaken? Thought it was just a little bit of gas I was passing. Life don't go quite like you planned it. You just go buy some new pants and chalk it up to an uncontrollable crap and shit happens. Hey! 1, 2, no more. I'm Bobby Pinson. That's Jason Michael Carroll. That's Chad Pratt. Let's drink.
Thank you very much.
Thank each and every one of y'all for coming out. It's the 1-year anniversary. You'll wait to see what we do with 2 if they let us keep coming back here. Give it up for Jason Michael Carroll, Bobby Dan Pinson, and Mr. Chad on the end, baby. Hey, y'all TP bartenders, thank you for hanging out with us all day. My ass is drunk. I'm ready to get drunker. Y'all find us at Red Door. Let's go.